No more mutants! No more mutants! Ever have that moment when you start a new level in a game and you immediately run forward only to think to yourself, no wait, turn around and hump the door behind you? You're doing this because of a Mandela effect or some weird multiversal shared memory. Once upon a time, that door opened, a secret was found, and now forever and all time, you check the wall behind you, just to be sure. Today we're reviewing Extraneum, and it's a lot like that. Extraneum, pronounced Extraneum, created by the little-known indie developer David Jalbert, showing us his first attempt at the retro shooter genre, while also making a go at adding a new subtle twist on the formula, brutal secret hunting. Now, join me in chant, no more mutants, no more mutants, no more... I mean, save the day! As a lowly, simple security guard, we go booming and shooting into that good night, brutally focused on our goal, which is saving the day from the mutant scum. Secretly deceptive is how I describe Extraneum. You start pretty simple, like any shooter. The posters on the walls give any newcomers a nice walkthrough of the basic controls, and you're straight into it. Zombie men, easy, no problem. And the sound of the SMG is pretty epic. But pretty straightforward gameplay, but with no mouse look. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Though I was promised more brutality. There is no brutality here. Where is the brutality? I'll tell you where it is. It's in the fact that you're getting through the first level of chapter 1. There are 3 chapters, by the way, and it's like walking up an ever increasingly steep hill that only gets more strategic and tactical with time. But let me explain. Elevating difficulty. Any clever cookie can add more monsters to shoot, but Extraneum does this through its unique use of saving points. Even though we're warned you can only use 3 of these lovely little things a level on normal difficulty, I figured that meant 3 times in a run. You know, like, you get 3 shots, there it goes. But it gets a little bit more tactical than that. You have to be sure when it's the right time to use those saving points. And that can get a little dicey. Compile that with hordes of semi-hit scanning enemies in tight corridors, and you've got an adventure with few restarts or saving rolls. Suddenly, the stakes and the tension increase. This isn't your grandpa's exophobia. I mean, this isn't your grandpa's doom. This is Extraneum. I found the saving point system quite creative. Added a bit more tactics to your playstyle rather than just running through and blasting everything. But there's more. Progression is also a little more tactical than it first appears. It's not just the saving points. You do have to think about those, but it's how much of the game do you want to explore and finish. I finished the entire game in 4 hours and only completed 34% of this game. Nani? Yeah. Secret hunting and completionists love this. Hours and hours of wall humping and map flashing. It's a common feature in most games, but in Extraneum, it is a core part of the gameplay. You're rewarded for wall humping. Secrets everywhere. There are many in fact, and you'll need to find some of these to progress to the extra bonus levels present throughout each chapter to complete the game toward 100%. I didn't even know they mattered this much until I finished the game. I didn't even get the plasma rifle until the boss fight. Secrets are not just simply added to Extraneum's maps to make them more interesting. They're a core part of the game's structure and mechanics. Some secrets are pretty easy. Secrets will also reward you. Yes, in this case, some secrets will give you game-long power-ups like shields or health. Others give you data disks to access those bonus levels we were talking about. Secrets are a shooter's best friend. And I think in Extraneum, they give the game a lot of replay value and a degree of challenge. Sure, if you're just here to shoot, you can do that too, no problem. I did, and it rocked. There's something for completionists here too though. Speaking of challenge, I only play on ultra violence. I ain't no bitch, but I did bitch out here. Through my first playthrough, I set the difficulty on medium, which they call business as usual, and I found it an overall balanced experience. Less challenging than I've been told or expected. I thought another decent, nice to play experience with a minor difficulty spike. No muss, no fuss. But then, I logged back in one night, and somehow the difficulty changed. It was now on gruesome. And let me tell you, these difficulty spikes fuck around less than my school principal when someone's shirt was untucked. With a stick. Was violent. Gruesome difficulty has enemies do twice as much damage and tank twice as much hits. Also, there's no respawn points. It's the perfect Doom difficulty for your Doom Eternal stand with no more options. No sweat is the easy mode. Business as usual, normal mode, give an easy, balanced experience. And if you're an FPS veteran, business as usual may give you enough of a fun challenge, but damn, gruesome is pretty hardcore. I'm impressed, and every Dark Soul fan would be too. Interestingly, there is something to be said about the guns and enemies. They complement each other. The core gameplay at the heart of Extraneum is a solid FPS. The enemy roster includes zombie men, SMG gunners, shotgunners, these weird meld Hyacsho elemental floating heads, and the cutest Scoopy Lost Soul knockoffs I've ever seen. Most of these are semi-hit scanner enemies shooting projectiles just really fast. But then, there's the frogs. Ugh, the frogs. Easily the most unique enemy in the game. These frogs tank like hell and have a mix of close quarters and jump attacks, making your only heavy weapon at this point of the game nearly useless, the grenade launcher, as they jump right over every projectile. Best way is to just chisel them down with the SMG or the shotgun, and really keep dodging. They're not a slouch over. Slouch over. I think I just made that word up. It's okay, we're gonna roll with it. To take on the muties though, you've got your trusty SMG, your standard issue shotgun, a grenade launcher, not seen since Quake, a beautiful machine gun, and a plasma gun, as well as a can opener. I mean, the knife. It'll save your ass sometimes, trust me. Ammo is everywhere and it runs out quick. Extraneum definitely tries to lean into complementary gun to enemy formula. In Doom, you take out the Lost Souls with a chain gun. Here you take out zombies with a shotgun and SMG gunners with the SMG. Not complicated, no, but it does make for a nice throwback to classic shooters from the 90s. And I like that. Not sure if this was intentional or if it's just the nature of the game, but I liked it. But nothing beats the machine gun. Nothing beats the machine gun. There was something that bugged me a little. Yeah, everything looks the same. Maybe that's a little unfair. Sure, every map is different, but it doesn't take too long before every corridor in every room or every door starts to bleed together into a techno-brownish soup. I found myself constantly backtracking through all the sections and looping over and over through the same places repeatedly. More than I felt made sense. Now sure, there's more than just brown. We've got dark brown, light brown, city gray, and some dark green. Yes, exploration, I get it, but there's a line between going back to the same place 1,000 times because everything starts to look the same, and finding that secret that you know is just around that level door 3 thing, and you don't remember where it is because everything looks the same. I think Extraneum struggles with this a bit. Games like Exophobia, Blake Stone, or Shrine have similar problems. Sameness. Which becomes a problem, not a challenge, especially when you secret hunt and need to find doors on the other side of the map. According to the Romero school of mapping, kinda. Adding more landmarks can help with this. Everything from wall art to whole set pieces can support directionality. Yes, Extraneum does offer a minimap, which I had on a lot in the late game, but the zoomed map thing serves very little purpose other than just having it right in your face and showing you the same thing. I think it would have made much more sense to have the global map of the level like Doom Horroretic, so you can actually see where you are and paste that out. That might be a nice update, rather than just having it zoom closer to your face. When a secret hunter completionist and a doomer get together, they have something special, like Extraneum. A retro first-person shooter with some solid, no-nonsense gameplay that pushes deep into the secret hunting and completionist subgenre while embracing some great action. There are moments where you can see where the inspiration for the game is coming from, like Doom and Fear and others. I think that's also what makes Extraneum special. While at its core, it's a secret hunter, it's also a great no-nonsense first-person shooter, like the old days, not bogged down by overly complex gameplay or gimmicks or mechanics, but a true to the core of what made first-person shooters fun in the first place. Challenging shooting action with some cool hidden doors to find, if you would just look behind you. There's a little something for everyone in Extraneum, and I suggest you give it a go. Buy this one on Steam or itch.io. Thanks for watching. A shout out to Vlogsy Malone and Ruby Ranger, my Hell Knight patrons. If you'd like to help me grow and get your name shouted out, please support me on Patreon. Or if you'd like to hang out sometime and lecture me on how to pronounce jibs, there's a link to my Discord in the description too. Check out the secret link, and until next time, please take care, rip and take. Cheers.